Today, I want to talk in depth about the merit of rejoicing and the concept of all the stars hold the moon. Although I see that most pioneers understand the purpose behind the petition and the reason why the GCV Global Core team launched 3 petitions, but there are also some pioneers who seem to lack understanding of its deeper meaning. Therefore, I would like to express my opinion, although I have great respect for different opinions. But I advise against criticizing the ambassador who initiated the petition. Community leader or pioneer, choose to remain silent and wait for the arrangement of the core team. It is absolutely acceptable, and I respect your choice very much. However, I do urge individuals not to use their own opinions to judge the level of understanding of others. By doing so, we can cultivate a harmonious and peaceful Pi community. As I mentioned earlier, it is important to recognize that all pioneers are not just waiting for service, or salaried customers, or employees. It is an important partner of the Pi network. They have different roles, rights, and responsibilities from the core team. Therefore, we must engage in open and effective communication with the core team. Jointly promote cooperation. Ms. Lamari, Mr. Patrick, and other GCV ambassadors. The importance of this date was emphasized because they invested 10 months in the barter system, and GCV data resources are approaching exhaustion. This message must be conveyed to the core team. Collaborate to set open mainnet dates to optimize resource management. Although this date may not be as urgent for regular pioneers, because they can still generate income without investing the resources. But the value of GCV data cannot be underestimated. The decrease or cessation of most GCV barter transactions may result in an increase in the black market, ultimately affecting GCV's $314,159 position. Some pioneers believed that patience could solve all challenges, although this approach was correct in the early stages. But once the situation is ripe, timing becomes crucial. We must seize the right moment for action, because missing the opportunity will make all previous efforts in vain. This concept can be compared to the art of cooking, unless it is properly prepared from the outset. Otherwise, the end result may never be truly satisfactory. In addition, successful project execution depends on close cooperation between all relevant parties. Clear communication and preparation among all stakeholders. It is essential to start this basic process. It is important to recognize that in the Pi network, there may be some misunderstandings about the role of pioneers. Some people may consider themselves passive receivers or employees waiting for guidance. However, it is essential to understand the Pi network core team, and the pioneers have equal status. Everyone has different roles and responsibilities. It is not their responsibility to guide us to become qualified pioneers, just like it's not our job to guide their technical infrastructure. Although each of us has our own responsibilities, but we have to work together for a common goal. In order to solve this problem, the pioneers submitted a petition to CT to help them better understand the situation and propose a time for Pi Today. About Pi Network Open Mainnet. Pi Today is our initiative and petition to CT, designed to increase understanding of the situation of pioneers and reduce latent risk. It is worth noting that this approach is entirely different from enforcement. Enforcement involves enforcing compliance. Our petition makes a sincere proposal to CT. Seek their cooperation with pioneers. It is important to recognize that pioneer confidence is crucial to the success of the Pi network. As CT says, the ball is in the hands of the pioneers. This is significant, and it's not just about completing a checklist. It also involves being on social media, preparing for the launch of the Pi network, to demonstrate the unity, commitment, and ownership of our pioneering community. This power will attract global attention and strengthen the development momentum of Pi network. It is worth noting that promoting Pi networks is a shared responsibility of all pioneers, not just the core team. We should consider submitting a petition to the core team. Pi Today's should represent the views of our pioneers. Although CT has its own plans, These plans may not be familiar to the pioneer, but we still have a responsibility to communicate our plans effectively, align it with our common goals. Essentially, clear communication is the key to the Pi network. It's like expressing your needs to your spouse, rather than leaving things to speculation. Effective and open communication is essential to our success. The collective success of Pi network is crucial. When numerous community leaders and GCV ambassadors dedicate your time, health, and resources to the success of the Pi network, we express our gratitude and gratitude. It is important not to resort to criticism or attack. According to Buddhist teachings, rejoice in the merits of others can have a similar positive impact on actual good deeds. On the contrary, attacking or insulting them can have a negative impact. This is why it is wise to support those who have made significant contributions to humanity. I have previously elaborated on the importance of 3 petitions and for global conferences, the impact of this on building the Pi network and showing the world our unity. Commitment, hard work, dedication, loyalty, and strength are essential. Throughout history, when a king ascended the throne, ministers and people are accustomed to submitting petitions 3 times and welcome the king with respect and reverence. The king did not independently declare himself ruler. Therefore, holding 3 petitions and 4 meetings is to express the basic process of a respectful and sincere welcome to a Pi network startup. The phrase "the stars hold the moon" represents our support. We as pioneers are the stars, and the Pi network CT represents the moon. We are here to support collaboration and assist CT in achieving our shared goals. I urge those who may not fully understand the purpose of the petition, remain calm and be open to understanding its importance. When discussing the concepts of rejoicing in merit and all the stars hold the moon, we first need to understand their deeper meaning in the current context. These 2 concepts not only embody the wisdom of Buddhism, it also reflects the importance of modern teamwork and the pursuit of common goals. Rejoice in merit. Derived from Buddhism, it means to take pleasure in the good deeds or achievements of others, and it generates its own joy. In the context of the Pi network, this can be understood as show appreciation and support for the efforts and contributions of community members, rather than criticizing or belittling them. This positive attitude helps to build a harmonious and respectful community environment. All the stars hold the moon vividly describes the scene of stars orbiting the moon, symbolizes the multitude of individuals focusing on a common goal or leadership. In the Pi network, this represents the unity of all pioneers. Support the core team and jointly drive the project forward. This unity not only demonstrates the strength of the community, it is also the key to the success of the project. After understanding these 2 concepts, let's take a look at the current state of the Pi network, the launch of 3 petitions, and the efforts of the GCV Global Core team, all to better advance the project and achieve a common goal. These actions require the understanding and support of all pioneers, rather than criticism or misunderstanding. Each pioneer has its own unique roles and responsibilities, but in the end, they all work towards a common goal. In addition, communication plays a crucial role in the Pi network. Just like communicating with a spouse, clear and efficient communication is essential to the success of a project. Open communication between pioneers and the core team helps resolve misunderstandings and ensure mutual understanding and shared goals. Finally, we need to recognize the success of Pi network depends not only on the efforts of the core team. It requires the participation and support of all pioneers. As symbolized by all the stars hold the moon, everyone's contribution is indispensable. Through solidarity and cooperation, together we can create a more prosperous and harmonious community.